And what I see at the window is a gorgeous sunset over Galway. Um, I'm from here. I grew up around the corner. My back lane was the dividing wall between Arragaff and Windsor Terrace Slaughterhouse. So I grew up until the age of 13 with a full understanding of belching cows and shit and the realities of farming. But if I want to look to 50 years, I'm going to go leave Dublin and go back to where I live now in Galway, where the sun is setting. And in 50 years' time, if I'm trying to be positive, what I'd like to see on the west coast of Ireland would be fantastic on land facilities where we've embraced aquaculture because fish float and they don't fart. So if we're trying to provide protein for the globe, aquaculture is probably the way to go. The only problem at the moment is we are kind of taking 3 kilos of wild fish for every 1 kilo of farm fish at the moment. But they're very brainy guys up in NUIG and over in Kentucky, and they're closely looking at the genome of algae, which is a source of fish oils. So in 50 years' time, I think we could have a fantastic, sustainable source of protein on the west coast using fermented algae, using our fresh, clean salt water, and leaving behind a wonderful protected marine environment with just inshore fishing, which will be supporting one of the most popular tourist destinations on the planet in 50 years' time, because we won't affect it up. Now, moving a bit inland onto Galway, I'd like to see tens of miles of greenhouses outside our city, where we've embraced anaerobic digestion and power production, utilising our wind and utilising our city's waste, and growing so much vegetables with underground water-heated pipes. But not like they did in Holland in the 70s. We're going to be much smarter, and we're going to embrace biodiversity and different strands of different plants year by year. And outside our greenhouses, we're going to have plants and bees and everything. And even outside that, we're still going to have Germans with small organic farms, because we love them too. It's all going to work. So further on in, up along the coast, down to Clare and Galway, I'm going to see beautiful herds of Moyne cattle and Dexters and Kerry cows, and along with our black-faced mountainy lambs, and we're going to have very small farms in those beautiful green fields, and they're going to be working together to get the premium they deserve. And chefs like Jess, who's here from Kai, who's already doing it, will be paying that extra couple of quid per pound to get really good meat locally sourced. But that's everyone, and all the restaurants are going to be doing it. That's going to be fantastic, and even more tourists are going to be coming. It gets more difficult now when I'm coming east. So we're into East Galway. I would like to see that the towns that have been decimated in East Galway by, well, we all love it, all my family are in one-off housing, that's going to stop, and our farmers are going to move back into our little towns and support each other and shop locally. And within that, we're going to see a modern Irish agriculture that is embracing science, that is embracing plant science, embracing technology, and looking at how much we can produce on this island without necessarily having too much imports of grain and feeds that you talked about earlier. And that's very interesting. And then emerging as we come further east, we're going to see agricultural co-ops working together. And instead of producing the very base commodity item that we produce in Ireland, we are going to see our farmers producing meat and cheese like they do in France and Switzerland and other places around the world, that you can actually get more than 29 feckin' cent for a litre of milk, turning that into something that is worthwhile for our farmers. And then closer on up to Dublin, we're going to have an embrace market gardening and vegetable production, because they're going to be copying how successful Galway was. And then right up into our city, we're going to have our universities all working together, embracing science. We're going to stop the polarization between genetic engineering, plant science, and the environmentalists. They're all going to be working together for the benefit of social justice and mankind. And we're going to have our farming organizations and our politicians proud that Ireland has embraced the environment and sustainable food production. And we won't have any people saying we have to produce more meat to feed the world. We'll realise that we're very lucky and very blessed in Ireland to be able to produce the meat that we do, but we totally respect the damage that global meat production is doing throughout the globe. And our farming representatives, the IFA and the ICMSA and the Department of Agriculture, will not just be representing farmers here in Ireland, but we'll be known throughout the world as a country that respected and fought for the agricultural rights of not just Irish farmers, but all farmers around the world, realizing that our farmers today are in the 0.1 richest farmers on the planet. Thank you.
Thanks,